Recording has begun.
Recording has begun. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way in Undercliff, Bradford. And today is 150 days since my brother's been kidnapped by the local authority, Bradford Council, in collaboration with its partners, West Yorkshire Police, and no doubt in collaboration also with its associates and collaborators, namely the NHS Bradford District Care Trust. 150 days later, I have absolutely no idea where this person's gone. They came and arrested me from my home in the garden, taken him from the garden, and just absconded with him. And now nobody wants to give me a clear enough answer. As a result of which, I've sent out 128 or more than 120 messages to his social worker, Christopher Browell. I've also sent out daily messages, maybe 88 messages to the city solicitor. I'm sending out regular messages, about 78 messages to the housing association solicitor. But yes, that's another thing. It's not just Bradford Council and West Yorkshire Police that have kidnapped my brother. It's in the background and in the backdrop of the local, the housing association, Manningham Housing Association, with their solicitors DWF and Jonathan Smith, who are pursuing a frivolous and malicious and vexatious litigation against me in the county courts since I believe March 2022, which is wrangling on now, and now it's January 2024, with no clear end in sight. And also it's not just the housing association and the housing association solicitors who I'm leaving a message for, because it's all working as a collective. It's more importantly the courts and tribunal services who are equally ignoring my calls ignoring my attempts to gain clarification. So that's Louise Holmes at the Bradford County Courts, who's the operations manager there. So she's the most senior person that I know of that's refusing to engage with me. I think she's may agree to speak to me next week. We'll see what happens. But obviously, as an operations manager, she has clear oversight over the courts and tribunal services at Bradford County Court. She's involved. Everybody junior to her is obviously complicit in this. But more importantly, and more alarmingly, and more shockingly, and more problematically, is the judges involved in the case. As I've said previously, there are numerous judges, and it doesn't really matter which judge it is in the county court. All judges are subservient to the local authority, Bradford Council. They are there as they are the local authorities' lackeys. They acquiesce to the local authorities' dictates. And those judges in this particular case were Deputy District Judge Maudsley, who subsequently could become the district judge. So the District Judge Maudsley, but that case got dropped. Then they restarted the case, and then it was the District Judge Hickinbottom, who I believe subsequently is retired, and then subsequently they got District Judge Foster, who's previously been involved with myself in a case back in 2018, when the local authority were then looking to depose me as nearest relative in favour of the in favour of the local authorities' health and well-being director. You see, the laws are just a joke to these people. They know the fact that we bend and twist. We have no respect for these laws. The authorities have absolutely no respect for the laws, because they know the fact that they break them on a regular basis. They can't be taken seriously. However, people like myself and members of the public do take the laws very seriously, because we have to abide by them, and we go out of our way to abide by those laws, because there are serious consequences for failing to abide by those laws. Namely, you can have your property seized from you, but more importantly, you can be deprived of your freedom and liberty. So why would you want to break the law? Is it really worth it? And it's never really worth it. So we, as the members of the public, are law-abiding. The people that administer the laws, they're not law-abiding, because they know the fact that, hey man, we've been breaking these laws all the time. We break them left, right, and centre. We've got no respect for the laws that we administer, and that's what's happening here. Is that they have no respect for the laws that they are meant to be administering. They are looking to simply bend and twist the laws to their favour, to their advantage, and to try to trick me and try to convince me that everything's done above the law. So I was mentioning the District Judge Hickinbottom, who's retired, District Judge Foster, who's previously been aware of this case, he's fully cognizant of what's happening, because subsequently he's been involved in this case, trying to put an injunction on me when I've not even attended the hearing and I asked for an adjournment. That's reasonable grounds for an adjournment when I only found out a week beforehand that there's a hearing coming up, not enough notice, and then asked for an adjournment, denied it through an injunction order forcing a gas safety inspection, which was clearly a contrivance. So he's definitely a fraudulent crook, District Judge Foster. And then obviously they've had to hire a new judge, which is District Judge Louise Holmes, who is obviously the main person on this case. Crooked to the core. In the third day of being a district judge, she's come onto this case, and then it was clear to me at the hearing on the 30th of November that she was taking instructions from Bradford Council, and she even made a Freudian slip to that effect. So that's district, and so that was back in 2022. In 2023, the stakes got raised higher, because then this time they recruited Circuit Judge Gosnell to be the appeal judge, who's now, I fully understand, is completely crooked, because now subsequently he's in December 2023 he's put a basically put another injunction on me on my ability to put communication, my ability to communicate and effectively put applications, is because I can't no longer apply for assistance with this, and so therefore they were expecting me to pay £500 to make two applications. So it's just ridiculous. So the Circuit Judge Gosnell, and then obviously to assist District Judge Louise Holmes, they've got District Judge Mitchell involved, who's equally crooked to the core. And I think that's all the judges. Yeah, that's all the judges so far involved. District Judge Foster, District Judge Mitchell, District Judge Holmes, Louise Holmes, and then Circuit Judge Gosnell, in this present reincarnation of the local authorities, staging of events and putting together a pantomime to effectively to cause me harm, alarm and tyranny and suppression, and looking to destabilize me and my household by having kidnapped my brother now for 150 days, because I was looking to expose the lies and deception and corruption and falsehoods that have endangered my vulnerable family members' lives. So this is the thing, they've just taken my loved ones away, taken my mother away previously, and now taken my brother away to hold hostage, to kill off, to torture, to murder, and they're quite clearly torturing and murdering myself. Hence why I make these daily recordings. Privacy is lost. There's no such thing as privacy. What they're going to do, they've come into my house, raided my house, taken everything that they needed of value. They've taken all my money away. They've taken all my family's jewelry away. They've taken everything away. And now they want me to say, oh no, we're going to be civilized now. Yeah, you do acts of barbarism and tyranny. You do acts of villainy and debauchery. And then you say, oh, now we're going to be civilized. Well, what about the debauchery that you've done? Are you going to, no, let's just ignore that. Like, we committed all these crimes and heinous crimes. We're just going to move on from that. And now we're going to say, from now on, we're going to be upright, and you should just respect us from now on, from this point. Well, what about all this debauchery that you've done beforehand? It's similarly, no, it's just a microcosm of the larger things, isn't it? Like, they go around as imperialists, they terrorize the whole world, all right, commit acts of barbarism, and then subsequently, when their own country's falling apart, after the First World War and the Second World War, they go, no, let's not mention the colonialist empire ambitions that we had. Let's just forget that. Now we're going to be moral and upright and just, only to the point where the next time when we need to be immoral, just to convince us, it's just a white man's trick, innit? The silver-tongued white man talks with his lies and expects us to be fooled each time. And this coronavirus is another thing, isn't it? The coronavirus and pandemic, it was just another psyops in order to convince people to give up their rights and freedoms and liberties in order for them to take control, as they have been doing. It's just the same thing. Today is the 5th of January 2024. It's been 150 days that my brother's been kidnapped and held hostage. A vulnerable person with mental health problems is just going to be traumatized now. All the work that I have done in order to rehabilitate him and rebuild him up, it's all just gone to shit now, hasn't it? He's been re-traumatized. He's been back to square one. What am I supposed to start again? Assisting people with trauma takes time. It can take 5 years, 10 years. They just come around and kick the door, cause trauma again, and they're looking to profiteer from that. Just ridiculous. It's just absolutely heinous, the crimes that they're committing and getting away with. But what can I do? I'm just one person in an ocean full of lies and deception, all cheating, and they know they're cheating, they know they're doing it, they're just hoping to get away with it, and that's hence why there's a need for me to record and publicize, because these people need to have a light shone upon them, because they're such liars and crooks. So I'll just leave it there. Today is the 5th of January 2024, and I'm not suicidal. I'll never kill myself. It's against my religion, and if any harm comes to me, it's as a direct result of an attack being orchestrated through the machinations of the local authority, who are desperately trying to cover up what they've done to my family, murdered everybody off. So please leave that. Allah Hafiz.